Guys, gals, and fellow gender non-conforming pals, welcome back. My name is C28, and I am now on a bit of a break, which is nice. I'm gonna definitely use this time to relax. Get a good, I guess, 2-week, 3-week break, something like that. So, yeah. If I do any further video logs, or not further ones, but if I do another one next, before January, whatever the heck it is, it likely will not be related to Full Sail. So that's new, to have one that's completely unrelated to Full Sail. But yes, so completed the course. It is done now. Right now the grade's at 100%, and I want to see if it can stay that way. That'd be really cool. I haven't had 100% in a while. I've been rocking like 98, 99.5, 97. I'm like, dang it. I would prefer that to be 100, but it is what it is. I set high standards for myself, maybe higher than is healthy, but I want to get 100, you know? So, last lecture, we were going over probability. So, differences between your odds versus your probability, meaning essentially, probability just being the amount of wins you have, the successful outcomes you want versus the total amount of outcomes that can exist. Odds being a bit different, your successful outcomes versus your not successful outcomes. So there's that little bit of difference there. Going into different unions between different sets, proper sets, subsets, empty sets, all sorts of set stuff. Oh, come back. Yeah. And then today we went into statistics, so it goes a little bit more into detail some of the probability stuff with stats. What actually happened, the outcome, not what could happen, what did happen. So with stats, we went into different ways of showing stats. So you have your different types of graphs, your bar graph, your pie chart, your line graph, and histogram. I think you've probably seen most, if not all of those, so I don't need to explain those. And then there were some concepts that were new to me that was like, oh, that's a thing I didn't know. That's interesting. So most of us are probably familiar with the ideas of central tendency. So like your mean, median, mode, and range and stuff. I guess range isn't central tendency, it's just overall stuff. But yeah, essentially, mean is the average amount of stuff you have. Median is the middle thing that you have. Like congressional members for the United States should be paid the median income of the citizens of the state they represent, but instead lobbyists can pay the money so they don't do the right thing for the citizens. Well, political. And then mode is the most common type of or the most common data point that happens. So if I give you 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 is the mode. There are a bunch of ones there. What are they doing? They're vibing. Don't know what else. Yeah. But then measures of variance. That was delving into some new concepts for me. Idea of dispersion. Not dispersion. Sorry. Variance and standard. I think it's called standard variation. Is that it? Am I right? What's the name? Standard deviation. Standard deviation. Yeah. So variance and standard deviation. So. Variance is a bit interesting. It's how things vary from the average. So that mean amount is calculated in a very strange way. So of course you just get your mean, you add all your numbers up, and you divide those by the amount of numbers you had, and then you get your mean. With that, you then, for every value, you subtract the mean from each value and square it. And then you add those values all up and divide them by the amount of values that exist. And then you get your variance, which kind of shows you how things vary over time. Not over time, but like what the difference in your values are. And then your standard deviation is kind of more into that. I'm going to research more on this because I'm curious, but I don't fully understand it because we just went over it today. But I will actually research it further, even though I'm done with the class now, because these things are actually quite interesting. But then if you get the square root of that answer of your variance, you get your standard deviation, which tells you essentially how far are things deviating or going away from your mean? Are things generally very close to that mean? Are they very far away from that mean? Like if I give you 1, 5, and 10,000, things are pretty far away from the mean. But if I give you 1, 1.5, 1.52, things are pretty close. They're pretty close. Yeah. Feel free to run the calculations. Tell me what those numbers are in the comment section below. So that's what we're going over today. And then the last thing we had is we had to put up a discussion post. So we had a few different articles we could read on different topics mathematically and how they relate to certain fields. Of course, I picked the music one. Specifically, I wanted to how frequencies relate to each other, how we can have these intervals sound pleasant. So, you know, the 2-to-1 ratio of an octave, the bloody, what is it, 2 to 3 octave of a, is that a fifth? I think a fifth is a 2 to 3 ratio. And so on and so on and so on. And yeah, so you sum up the article, you just talk about it, this is what it is some things that are brought up in it, and then how it relates to your work as a professional. So of course I'm like, well, I'm a synthesist, and electric composer, and audio engineer. And so these ratios are important. I went into more detail about like attenuators, and I don't actually need to know the value of things. I just need to know the relationship between each other. So if I can get half the number of, what is it, intensity level? What is the number, the words? Jeez, what is the word I'm looking for? Fast forward to when I figure out what the word is. Bruh, I feel stupid. The word was value. Value. Change the value of control voltages. How do you forget the word value? That's, anyway, I did. It happened. It is what it is. Yeah, so I could set it to be like half the value of whatever control voltages is going in, and I know that that'll sync up nice. I could set it to be some other percentage and get other cool things. Yeah. And then also for just mixing and stuff, like your frequencies, of course, the way things actually sound, not just how they move, but how they actually sound. Yeah, pitches and stuff. Intervals. Once you get your post done, you reply to 2 peers, you do the RISE model of discussion. It's basically a guideline for those who are not familiar with or not experienced in professional conversation, how to effectively communicate with peers and communicate in a productive manner. So RISE stands for reflect, inquire, suggest, elevate. Essentially it means, hey, you're going to talk about what you thought about when you read the thing, then you're going to ask a question about something in the thing that you would like to know more about, and then you're going to suggest, that's pretty cool, here's how you can change this to actually get better, and then you're going to elevate it. So you're going to elevate it and say, what if we talked about this concept? And it keeps going more and more. And you can really draw out what you're saying with it. Like, I think one of the replies was almost longer than the post that someone put that I was replying to. It's like almost longer, but they're pretty close. Mine was less, of course. So yeah, that's it. Overall, the class is fun. Class is it's a very easy class, I'd say, if you're willing to put the work in. There's not a whole lot that is taxingly difficult. I don't know how to phrase it, but the class isn't going to be something that you're going to stress about. It's like, you're going to stress about it if you're not meeting deadlines, and that's on you. It's just do your work, mate. Do your work, and it's easy. I love this class because it was so easy. I got to just wake up, go to school, finish up, shoot a video at the end of the week, and enjoy my time. It was a very relaxing class. Other classes, you got stuff that pops up. Oh, this is opening up tomorrow, so you got to make sure you do that. This is opening up the day after, make sure you do that. This class, you can get everything done in one day, and that's nice. That's super nice. I appreciate classes like that. And our instructor, Jeanette Lee, absolutely outstanding instructor. She helped us a ton with like untangling the mess of like whatever we're confused with. She had great examples on how these things operate. I was just a good person to chat with. So appreciate that. Appreciate you if you're watching. Appreciate you if you're not watching as well. But yes. So that sums up the class. C2A Business. Here we go. For C2A Business, I'm still working with Humex.fire on Lost Melodies and Unloved Timbers Volume 2. We recently finished up Tears and Acid. We remastered Pad Thing. I recently explained that Pad Thing was done. But after releasing Suffering and Neural Null with Humex.fire, I'm like, you know what? Maybe I could do a little bit better with this. Can I get some assistance? And we've made that song truly pop. Right now we're working on Unbound Chaos, which is a song, Silence You, which is a song that you may remember from the sequencing technology class. So occasionally I had these labs that were just open, could do whatever. And one of these songs I made, one of the little projects I made, was Unbound Chaos. Thank you again, Terrell, for the name. I'm still using it. It's going to be the name that's used in the album. Thank you. Maybe I can credit you as a writer somehow in it. That'd be cool. Yeah, so the album is being done, or being done. Yeah, it's being done. I'm working on it. I may be able to get some things done on, I'm taking a trip, heading out, enjoying the rest of the United States, what's got to offer. Just a quick little hiatus from Orlando. Yeah, I'll bring my headphones, the mixes, and be working on them. There's really not much else. Let me think of something. Give me 3 to 5 seconds of your time to think, but probably like minutes of mine. Aha! Got it. It wasn't a few minutes from you, but it was definitely 3 to 5 seconds for you. Because I made sure. Not me, but that me. Yes. We're on good terms now. Homies. Yeah, so the 10,000 subscriber mark is getting hit pretty soon. What are we at now? Let's fast forward to when I have that number. Okay, we're rocking 932 subscribers right now. How about that? 68 left. We got 68 left. Not bad. Not bad. So 68 subscribers from now, we'll be at 1,000. And there's a 1,000 subscriber special coming up. It seems like most of you want it to be a synthetic design episode. So we can do that. We can do a synthetic design episode. I'll go crazy with stuff. And there's a little addition. A little bit of an addition since last time. Been speaking with Humex.fire on how we might do things. And we're thinking there's going to be a giveaway. Maybe a fancy bit of equipment for someone out there. But yeah, so on the 1,000 subscriber special, once that's up, all we need you to do is comment something. You can comment, C2A, you're stupid. I hate your stupid hair and everything about you. You're an awful human being, and that would be sufficient. And you could be chosen, despite the rude comment you just made. You could be chosen. Please don't comment that. That's so rude. But you could. Just anything. Put a full stop. Just dot. And you are entered to win. Of course, you can't do it now because the video hasn't been shot or made or really planned for that matter, other than it's going to be made. That's the planning. But yeah, expect some fun stuff there. I'm still thinking about what I'll do for the synthetic design episode. So for the last special we had was the 500 subscriber special, where I got qualified for the YouTube partnership program. And I didn't follow instructions perfectly. I'm sorry about that. But we made a song that was in the rock sort of genre with Shakespearean lyrics, and it was interesting. So if you have any ideas for what we could do for synthetic design and make things spicy, a little interesting, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll get back to it. And I'll probably use that idea in synthetic design. Perhaps we can make 3 sounds, and then we could see how we can blend these together. I don't know what we'll do. Maybe we'll do it live.
We'll do it live!
Not sure. So, if you enjoyed today's content, you know what to do. Hit that little subscribe button, tell YouTube, hey, please give me more content like this and more from this creator. Yeah. And if you super enjoyed it, a lot, want to get your hands deep into C28 music, you can become a Control Voltage by joining. Joining gives you the rank of Control Voltage and access to the Discord channel, access to videos earlier, and behind the scenes content. Maybe you get to hear some of those mixes I was talking about a little earlier than the rest. Yeah. Control Voltage perks are pretty cool. And more stuff along the way when we figure out what to do. Again, if you have any questions or comments, you can leave those in the comment section below. You can always Control Voltage, and I will reply to you. Maybe post a comment in space around me. Or hide behind it. I hope you all take care of yourselves. God be with you. And goodbye, YouTube.